Hi, welcome to Petty Talks TV. This is your family talk show about pets, where nothing is too petty for us to talk about when it comes to your pets. So come and join our community of pet lovers and allow us to entertain you and even inspire you. Our topic for today is about therapy dogs. What are therapy dogs? How are they trained? Do you need them? Why are campuses having therapy dogs? So we have also invited a guest. Her name's Ellen Lopez, and she will share with us her true story about how she took care of her family, her loved ones, her husband who was sick with COVID, and also her father who was sick with cancer. So we are live on Facebook and YouTube on the first and third Saturday of the month. We're also on Instagram. So if you are watching this on a replay, just move the video forward. My name is Tita Mee, short that for Tita Meow, because I love cats. But it doesn't mean we only talk about cats. We also obviously talk about other animals. And if you just missed that, our topic for today is about therapy dog. Ellen Lopez, who will walk us through her journey of having to care for somebody who was sick with COVID and cancer. So before we dive into that, I'd like to reintroduce to you our anchor resource person who's a certified IPDTA dog trainer from Canada. He's also affiliated with other international organizations. And here in the Philippines, he's Quezon City's canine behavior for consultant for canine behavior. He is a book author. He wrote 3 books on dogs, and he's a Guinness World Book record holder for having the biggest dog photo shoot in a mall. Now he's happily married to a good friend of mine, and is of course also having his fur children aside from his biological children. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome none other than Coach O. Hi, Coach.
Hi,
How are you
nandito
today?
ako
Ang
dun sa
init, no?
ang init. Yeah, I'm
It's
excited
so
today, Tita Mee, kasi really, this is an exciting topic sa napapanahon din, no? So, yeah, so
yeah,
magandang hapon sa iyo. Yeah, ang init ngayon and
sobra.
siguro, paalala din sa mga, ano natin, mga dog parents or for parents,
Yes.
no? To just be mindful of that. Always hydrate yung mga aso nila. Dapat available lagi yung mga water nila sa tabi nila at saka ventilation. Okay?
Oo, no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kasi, yeah. Okay, thanks for that reminder. Pero, Coach, I'm always ready to say doc. Doctor.
Doc tawag sa
Coach,
akin, pero go ahead.
yeah, Coach, tell us about, before we invite Ellen in, tell us about Planet Smell.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yes. Planet Smell is basically a behavior consultation agency. Yan. Okay. Parang laki-laki, no? Pero what I do as a Planet Smell, I offer yeah, consultancy. I offer also community education. Like kanina, nasa UPLD ako. And also seminars and workshops. Of course, about dog behavior. Basically, ang ginagawa ng Planet Smell is teaching or coaching. That's why I'm called a coach. No? Coaching people how to train their dogs and how to manage behavior issues. And that's
Okay.
planetsmell.com. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for that opportunity. So, hindi na natin patatagalin. We're going to
Yes,
invite
please.
now our friend who's been with us. She's actually she's quite popular, I think, in social media because she hosts
Oh, wow.
our Women of Wars.
Oh.
She's a usual host, no? Almost
Makikiride in
all the
tayo sa
time.
kanyang popularity.
Yeah.
Sisikat
She,
na rin
she
ng Petty Talks.
Sikat na rin tayo. Yeah, because she hosts our Women of Worth every Thursday from CCF, no.
Okay.
So she's currently working as the admin and women's ministry coordinator. She enjoys taking long walks and playing board games with her family. She's joyfully married for 20 years to her college sweetheart, Jay. How sweet, diba? They have 3 fur babies, Bella, Lily, and Boomer. Coach, she has had dogs throughout her 44 years of life. So she's only 44, but she looks like she's in college and considers them to be blessings from above. So let's welcome the sweet and beautiful, charming Ellen. Hi, Ellen.
Hello! Hello! Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Good afternoon, Tita Mee and Coach O. It's nice to join you here po sa Peppy Talks TV. But sobrang nakakahiya. Hindi naman po ako sikat. Hindi po ako popular.
Well, sisikat ka na dahil sa Petty Talks.
Thank you po.
Oh,
It's a joy to join you here because I really love animals. I love pets.
Wow.
yes, Ellen. Yeah, actually, I discovered that she's a pet lover because in one of our sessions in Wow, I saw you. One of the guests, coach, one of the guests
Yeah.
we plan to have is Dr. Ping. Hindi pa, no, actually, I mentioned it to her because she's also
Mhm.
a fur mom. So when I heard that ting ting, I'm gonna guess Ellen and Dr. Ping bonus, no? Dr.
Mhm.
Ping bonus. So Ellen, first of all, I want to ask about your college sweetheart. I will show the picture again. Ayan.
Ayun.
Yan, si Jay, no? That's he's your husband, and of course your
Yes.
papa is on the upper right corner.
Yes.
Tell us very quickly. Your husband is also a pet lover. He loves dogs also.
Yes, that's
Oh,
one of the things that we share as a couple, our love for dogs. So, even when we were still boyfriend and girlfriend, talagang yan yung first, I think one of the most precious gift that he's given me is a pet puppy.
oh,
Tapos, yeah,
okay.
and we've known each other since college. We were 20 years married and happily, by God's grace, happily.
Okay.
So,
All right.
ayan, siya yan, that's him. And that's our three fur babies. Sila yung ano namin, aming mga, because we don't have children.
All
So,
right.
sila yung tinuturing naming mga fur children.
Okay. Ellen, that's so nice. That's so sweet of you na when you were given coach, ako muna magra-rapid
Go
fire
ahead.
ng
Go
questions.
ahead.
Very intrigued ako sa love story
Sure.
ni Ellen. When you first were given a puppy, did you ask for it? Did you ask him to give you a puppy?
No, no, it just happened na alam rin niya na I am a dog lover. I think we just lost a dog sa family namin kasi talagang kami
Okay.
rin, my family love dogs. And
Yeah.
then, yan, there was an opportunity for him to give me a puppy and he gave it. And hindi lang ako yung nag-benefit doon. Actually, my whole family
All
talaga,
right.
we were really drawn to the puppy. One of the joys namin yan as a family to care
Okay.
for that dog. And yeah, so we got married in 2001
Hmm.
and yeah, since then we've had other dogs, and then yeah, they I mean, I think I mentioned earlier no na wala kaming baby, no,
Mm-mm.
so it means na nagkaroon naman kami ng mga opportunities to have sana pero failed pregnancies. And
Mm.
actually siguro timely rin, it wasn't really part of what I want to share, but yung having dogs during those
Mm-mm.
times of loss, no miss
Mm-mm.
yung na-operahan ako, hindi natuloy yung pregnancy. It was
Mm-mm.
also very therapeutic for me to have, of course, family around me, but also to have dogs around because they provide me with companionship, with warmth, ganyan.
Okay, that's so nice. Now, a sad thing happened to you, like a challenging thing, because I know
That's
that Jay got COVID, no? So, can you tell us how you were able to go through that? Kasi you had responsibilities, and I know, you know, you had to face the camera like you're doing now. You had to be there in front. You had to host. You had to just be all smiles. How did you do it? I mean, like, what gave you courage? Because I know during those times, even I know I had that experience of my son. By the grace of God, he got well, but I had that experience of him having COVID. Pero ikaw, like, tell us, walk through us yung daily activities mo. How did you cope with that
Yeah, I
with
think
your
all of
husband?
us, like what you said, Tita Me, talagang 2020, 2021 really caught us by surprise. We didn't expect this, all these things would happen. And I think yung, like what you shared, it's happened to thousands of people na naka-experience na magkasakit, I think that's the hardest thing that can ever happen to someone is to have a family member, a loved one na magkasakit and
Mm,
to lose a family member. So,
mm,
totoong napakahirap talaga niyan. And I think many can relate with the pain and the sadness. And I guess in a lot of people, depression also had to deal with depression because of the trials na pinagdaanan. But you're right, my husband had a severe case of COVID in April
wow.
2021. And the sad thing was,
Wow.
I felt parang ako ata nakahawa sa kanya noon. But,
Oh my
but
God.
hindi ako talaga sobrang mild lang ako. Siya talaga super severe. So
Okay.
talagang and you know how the situation was, 'di ba? Hindi ka pwedeng magbantay, lagi ka lang
Yes.
nasa labas or kailangan mong umuwi rin kasi you don't have a place to sleep in the hospital, 'di ba? But
Oo.
so yun, mahirap because ang daming pumapasok sa utak mo. Bakit nangyayari or paano malalagpasan, paano kung mamatay siya or something like
Oh no.
that. So
Oo.
yeah, so coming home to my dogs, my dogs
Mm,
talaga. Coming
oo.
home to them, and they're so pure. They're so, hindi nila alam what's going on eh. They're so innocent. So when you
Yes.
come home, they're so happy, they're so excited. Parang hindi, you're carrying a burden, you're
Yes.
carrying sadness in your heart, but you can't help but not touch them, not care for them because they also look to you for care and also you have to feed them, you have to make sure that you have food to eat, water to drink when you leave them sa bahay. And I think in a way that helped me. Of course, there are many ways na nakatulong talaga sa akin. But since we are in Petty Talks TV, I'd like to highlight how how the animals in my life really provided that comfort. Of course, it wasn't the kind of comfort that a person can give, but it was comforting in a way na it was so unconditional. It was
Mm.
so loving and hindi lang nakakapag-provide sila ng attention sa'yo, but at the same time, they also need attention and love. So
Okay.
you can't
Oo.
help but, love them also na you have to
Wow.
really think about not dwelling so much on how you're feeling, but also think about, hey, these animals want to play with me, want to be cuddled, want to be touched. And there's also something healing about
Mm.
stroking them, touching them, or just cuddling with them during those times when my husband was hospitalized. So
Mm.
I was just the one at home and wala naman akong ibang kasama sa bahay, just them. But also what helped a lot was having family support
Mm.
me and
Mm.
also pray for me and yeah, I think that's what really helped. And um, another thing that I find very meaningful is how the word dog spelled backwards is God. I know
Wow.
dogs are not God, but they
Yes.
kind of remind me of God, of
Mm-hmm.
His nature, that He's always near, that He's always present, um, that He's kind, that He's loving. And also, the dogs also remind me of how I should relate with God. Because they
Mm-mm.
always want to, lagi nila akong gustong puntahan. Parang very clingy sila.
Okay. Oo.
So, parang, because um, I know that God really cares for someone like me, He cares for me, but it's hard when you're not feeling good, right? But
Mm-mm.
just looking at my dogs, I don't know, maybe it's also God's way of reminding me, hey, Ellen, huwag ka
Mm-mm.
malungkot, lapit ka lang sa akin. Tulad ng mga dog mo, pag may kailangan sila, pag gutom sila, nagkakamot pa, as in, nangangalabit pa talaga sila for food or kakalampagin nila yung kanilang mga inuman para humingi ng inumin. So in a
Oh.
way, it reminded me of how I should relate to God also. So yun.
Mm.
So it's both
That
physical, spiritual, emotional, yeah, processing of yeah how what I was going through.
I like what you said, Ellen, when you said that the love of the dogs are unconditional, of your dogs were unconditional. So I think, like to share with you because we share the same faith and love for God, the three of us here, I'm proud to say that. It's so nice that when you see something, when we see our pets, like I used to have a pet cat, and when we see our pets and we are just blessed by their presence, we cannot not step forward, step further, and say connect it to thankfulness to God, diba? And that is what this show is about. That is what our advocacy about. It's like when we love our pets, when we care for them, we automatically, somehow down there, down the road, we end up thanking God for what we have, for our pets, for nature. That's why we do this. That's why we invite people like you who have the passion and the heart for animals, for pets. And I know, Ellen, that this was only one of the tests that you encountered, diba? And I'd like
Yes.
to ask you, Coach O, si Ellen, in case you don't know, because Coach O totally doesn't know your story, but tell us what you went through with your father and share with us your journey in taking care of your father.
Yes. It was a journey. Well, so in October 2021, that's just last year,
Mm-mm.
my father was diagnosed of lung cancer. We didn't know at that time yung extent nung sakit niya. But it's not just actually, hindi lang naman ako yung nag-alaga. It was really more of the whole family, my siblings, just um, coming alongside each other to see how we can really give the best care for our father. It
Mm-mm.
was so hard because si Papa kasi was very athletic. He runs marathons,
Oh,
he
oh,
cycles. So talagang for us, it was hard, but he was a heavy smoker.
okay.
So, yun din, that was also, I think, we're not as surprised because
Mm-mm.
meron nga talaga siyang long history of smoking. But it still took us by surprise kasi we always looked at him or considered him as a very strong person. So it was
Yeah.
very tough caring for him. And because of the pandemic then, it was harder for him to get treatment,
Mm.
getting him to the hospital. Tapos we have to make tough decisions. And it's not just me, it's the whole family, my siblings, my mama. And I don't know, like I opened um, sharing kanina na it is the hardest thing I think that a person can ever experience. And he passed away last March, uh, just this last March. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's only been a month or so. I think magmag to 2 months this May
Mm.
19. So it's very hard.
I want to
Hard
show
to
his picture. Yeah, yeah,
Sure,
that's
sure.
Papa.
Yeah, I love that picture. It's the last photo that we took of him on
Yes.
yung I think mga last gatherings namin na talagang he's still well. But he's already sick na dyan. He cannot
Oh,
move as much. And so it was hard to see him sick.
it's slowly
Yeah,
deteriorating, no? Yes.
yeah. And we tried our best to give him the best care at home, but and the best advice from the doctors. Talagang nakita ko, even my sister who's a nurse, filed for indefinite leave from the clinic that she works in just to care for my papa. And even my brother and my other sisters, talagang um, it was hard to do, but it was something that we need to do at that time to really care for him. But yeah, I think that it's really part of life. I mean, talagang ang buhay natin sa mundo talaga ay may hangganan. But the promise that we have was we were thankful for the time that God has given us to, at least nalaman namin, and then we had the time to spend with Him, to show Him how much we love Him, yung care for Him.
Mm-mm.
I think that was the best thing. Although losing pa rin is hard, even until now, I would still get sad and
Mm.
moments of ano talaga, ayun, may mga pockets of sadness throughout the day whenever you would remember I think talagang ganun yung ano, iba talaga pag father or parent or mother
Were
talagang
you,
hindi.
were you close to, were you close to your papa at the time when, are you a papa's girl?
I'd like to think I'm a papa's girl, but I got married early, so I was away from my family when I was 23. So almost
Oh,
half of my life, I wasn't able to spend with them na kasi nga I'm already married. But um, mm, close in a sense that um, I am able to tell him, share with him how I'm feeling. Nabibisita namin siya. And
mm,
then, we message each other. And yeah, I think those are the things that I miss talaga is
mm,
not having that privilege to message with him. Wala nang ganong exchanges. Di mo
yeah,
na,
yeah.
pag uwi ka sa bahay, inisip mo, sana nandun pa siya pero pupuntahan mo, wala na siya. So, talagang
Mm,
ramdam na ramdam yung absence.
mm.
Yon.
Coach, I want to share with you, Coach, kasi Ellen and I are in the same Women of Worth group, no? And really talaga, like what you said, Ellen, yung buhay natin, it's really precious and we really don't know when we're gonna be called home. So if you remember in one of our sessions, I shared with you and I was apologetic to share a good news because, like my father was sick. He was hospitalized. My father's 83 and he was hospitalized last February for a bleeding, no? And like I said, it's like miraculous that after his severe bleeding, the doctors, by the way, the doctor that saw my father is the husband, is the one that shared the gospel with me. So parang it was a full circle. So, and then coach, no, just to let you in the story was when the doctor saw the result of my father, he said, you know what? I don't see where his bleeding came from. So parang like what? Like he was like short of wondering why, because normally I think he would have expected that sobrang made-determine, it will be easily determined that he bled because of this or he bled because of that. Because at 83, he had both his endoscopy and colonoscopy. But the doctor, like, in a tone like that, you know what? Wala akong nakita eh. Sabi niya ganyan. So it was like sort of like a miracle, And I just shared with the new doctor. I said, Doc, 'cause the new doctor said the same thing. He's surprised. And then I said, Doc, I think that's a miracle because our whole church prayed for him. So it's wonderful. So we don't know really how much time we have. But before we move on to that, si Coach, meron ka bang is there a certain question you wanna ask, no questions asked, but si Coach Ellen, Coach is a very active person. He's just being very modest, pero Coach O, he's a real mountain biker. He's a runner. He does everything. He also sings. Multi-talented si Coach. So he does that, but he's very athletic. Together with his wife, si Arlene, no, who is leading the praise moves in CCF, a sports team, sports ministry. So one last question before we give the floor to Coach O to talk about therapy, dog therapy, or therapy dogs pala. Ellen, my question is, how did the dogs, when, like right now, because you said that you still feel the loss of your father, no? How do the dogs help? Like when you come home, was there ever a time na naiinis ka with your dogs? Like, ah, I'm so sad and I have to take care of them. Can you share with us sincerely? What do you feel?
You know what? I would have to say the past 3 months, siguro January, February, March. I think yun yung time na nag-aalaga talaga kami kay Papa. So, nagtitake turns kami magkakapatid. So, dun kami umuwi sa bahay. So, for those, may mga time na talagang neglected sila doggies. So, yung hobby ko lang yung nag-aalaga sa kanila. So, hindi ko naramdaman yung inis sa kanila. But it was really more of, I look forward I miss them. I look forward to coming home to them. Kasi
Oh,
talagang super yung oh my gosh, I'm naiiyak ako. Kasi super yung comfort na nabigay nila sa akin. Of course, may mga times na like siguro dahil kasalanan ko rin hindi ko nabuksan agad yung pinto. So hindi na nila nagawa yung business nila. Na sa bahay na sila like, oh,
Oh.
and pee. But it's my fault. Kasi they're trained naman at a certain time of the day to go out. But yun lang siguro if when they cannot control themselves anymore because it's also my fault. But Tita Mee, talagang I can say that they are really blessings from above because they provide that comfort, the joy, and also it helps me not to focus so much on myself. And of course, the comfort that my dogs give me is not perfect. Of course, they cannot understand fully how I'm feeling, but I think the best blessing that they give me is just that they're able to remind me of God's goodness also. Na He is close to the brokenhearted and He saves those who are crushed in spirit. And I feel that even when I am mourning, I am blessed. I think it says in Matthew verse 4, Jesus said, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted." Oh my
Comfort.
goodness, yeah, blessed there in other version means happy. And at first, I don't understand why I should be happy when I'm mourning. But I think the blessing there, or the reason why I should be happy, is because I will be comforted. I will be comforted by God, who is the God of all comfort. Although, of course, I think in many ways, God has blessed me with people, with my husband, with family, with pets that give me comfort. But the greatest comfort that I have is knowing that um, I I have hope. There is hope for me, hope for healing. It says in Isaiah 40, verse 31, those who hope in the Lord will renew their
Yeah,
strength. They will soar
yeah.
on wings like eagles. They will run
They will
and not
run
be
and not
weary.
be galing,
They
no?
will
That's so
not be faint. So if there's maybe an encouragement to people out there who are sad, who are grieving, who needs comfort, um, if you don't have a pet, it's okay. If you don't have a dog or a cat to hug, it's okay. Because know that there is someone who loves you. There is someone who cares for you. And, and that is God. He sees your pain even if people do not see it. So just put your hope in him. Call on his name and he will be the one to save you.
amen, amen. Thank you so much, Sister
Sorry
Ellen.
for for the tears. Talagang iyakin lang
Ako
po
din,
talaga ako.
ayan na, ako din eh, pagka ganyan na ano, especially when I know, I saw how you know, on a day to day, we have this group and we pray for each other. So, thanks for sharing that, Ellen, and you really touched our hearts. You touched my heart, and I'm sure there are those, even those that watch this on a replay, they will surely be encouraged by a message that comes from your heart, no? From God actually through you. So with that, we're gonna turn over the floor. Magre-retouch muna tayo sa backstage. We will leave Coach O to talk about therapy dogs. Okay, Ellen, don't leave because later we're gonna ask some more questions from our audience. Okay, thank you so much, Ellen, for this time. So we will uh with Coach O now to talk about his therapy, animal assisted dogs. And okay,
Okay, so thank you, Tita Mee, and thank you, Ellen. Thank you for the story, and it's actually inspiring yung ano how you handle yung situation nyo. Okay, so but gusto ko yung sinabi mo kanina ni Ellen kanina na yung even if you don't have dogs, nandyan si God. Okay, so I think that's the best part. Okay, sa kwento ni Ellen kanina. So yeah, so let's talk about animal assisted therapy. Okay, iba-iba yung okay, this is not going to be, a long talk. I'm going to have another talk about this, pero ito yung pinaka-basic. Ito yung mga essentials for us to understand what is as animal-assisted therapy. AAT ang tawag nila. Iba naman nila, ang tawag nila is pet therapy. Okay? But I prefer calling it animal-assisted therapy. And this is also how the community officially calls it, animal-assisted therapy. Okay, so instead of therapy dogs. Animal-assisted therapy, if you notice, ginawa ko po siyang, hinighlight ko yung word na assisted. Okay? Because in the real world, okay, pag sinabi natin, strictly speaking, no, when we talk about therapy, we work side by side with a therapist, like a psychologist or maybe a psychiatrist or maybe a counselor. Okay, so yung dog natin, uh, they are only assisting. Okay, kung ano man yung goal ng therapist ninyo. But, okay, ito yung but. Okay, katulad ng kwenta ni Miss Ellen kanina, having dogs, okay, just having your dog with you is already a therapy. Okay, so yun yung pag-uusapan natin. We're not talking about yung medyo napaka-technical or clinical, okay, na definition itong animal-assisted therapy. Okay, but just to be safe, okay, okay, when we talk about animal-assisted therapy or pet therapy or dog therapy na tinatawag, yung therapy mismo, okay, hindi siya nanggagaling lamang dun sa dogs. All right? I think I heard, and if I heard Ellen kanina correctly, sabi niya, yes, meron tayong mga dogs pero nandun din yung support ng kanilang family. All right? So, uh, when we cope with stress, losses or frustrations o kahit ano pa yan, all right? Yes, we can attribute most sa mga dogs na kasama natin pero hindi lang sila yon. Okay? So, just to be clear with that. Kasi baka naman isipin natin, ito lang muna, Tita Mee, if you're there, okay, mas maganda pag nandiyan ka eh. Okay, so, parang, okay, dinesign ko tong talk na to, small talk na to, para sa Filipino audience, okay, for those who do not have zero knowledge about pet therapy. Kasi kadalasan kasi when we hear about something, or for example, itong pet therapy, ay ganun pala. Sige, mag-aalaga na lang ako ng pet, mate-therapy na ako. Hindi na ako pupunta sa doctor or ganito na. Magre-rely na ako sa dog. So, hindi po tama yon. Alright? So, now, okay, ano ba yung, alright, so, maraming benefits, okay. There are many benefits. Pag ikaw nag-pet ka ng aso, nag-alaga ka ng aso, hawakan mo lang yung aso, marami pa siyang benefits. But ito lang isang bagay na I want us all to understand, okay? Kasi ito yung pinaka-foundation ng lahat. It increases, sabi dito, no? Basahin ko na lang in English, increases levels of the feel-good hormone, okay? Ang tawag nila diyan is oxytocin, okay? At it's so the same hormone na nagshushoot up sa ating mga brains, okay, sa system natin kapag tayo ay baby pa daw at kasama natin yung mother. All right? So, di ba? Do you notice that sa mga may mga baby, pag umiiyak sila, hawakan sila ng kung sino-sino, hindi tumatahan yung baby. Okay, kahit ipabahawak pa sa tatay o sa kapatid. Pero pag hinawakan na siya ng mommy, wow, tumitigil siya. Okay, so parang ganun ang effect daw pag pinepet natin o kasama natin yung aso. There are many more, okay? But we don't have time for them. But this one is very important. Nag-i-increase siya ng levels of feel-good hormone. So, well, ito na yung mga applications niya. Okay. Not really, but these are studies pala ang lumabas. Okay, this is proven. In fact, ang mga studies na available ngayon, mas malawak pa. This one siguro around 5 years ago pa. Okay, number one, pet owners are likely to suffer from depression than those without pets. Okay, sa study nila to na especially now, no, during the pandemic from 2021, sorry, no, 2020 to 22, okay? There are two things that I noticed at least in the Philippines, no? Dalawang bagay. One, marami na nag-exercise, marami lumalabas, nagbabike, nagra-run, okay? Pangalawa, marami na nag-aalaga ng dogs, okay? Pets, but mas marami nag-aalaga ng mga dogs. Why? Kasi nga, naririnig nila, okay? They learn from other dog owners na they can cope with depression and other, emotional problems if they have a dog, okay? So that's proven. Another thing, okay? People with pets have lower blood pressure in stressful situations than those without pets. Okay, this is a study, so kino-compare lang nila. And I think, okay, for some people na alam ko na meron silang mga problems sa blood pressure na nagkikip ng ang tawag dito ng dogs, okay. Umaayos sila, okay. But ito yun, let's understand this. Hindi porke, okay, na high blood ka, alright, kukuha ka ng dog and that's it. Ayan. Let's be clear with this, okay? Hindi pwede, okay? Alam niyo yung mga tao na kumuha ng dogs because they have some, problems sa kanyang blood pressure. Dalawa kasi nangyayari. Aside from the effect, okay, na, just having a dog really helps you, they are also, forced to do exercises because they have to walk their dogs outside. Okay? Nagigets niyo yun? So, maglalakad sila. So, in effect, natutulungan din yung kanilang physical na condition. So, hindi lang siya, you cannot attribute it all to the pet or to the dog. Okay? Nabababa na yung blood pressure mo. Tapos kain ka ng kain. So, hindi rin healthy yung, yung diet mo. Okay? So, yeah, let's be clear with that. Okay. Ito, another one. Playing with a dog, cat, or other pets can elevate levels of serotonin. And ito, at least, I think sinabi ko na to, pero oxytocin yung sinabi ko niya. But all other, good hormones, stress hormones, nag-shoot up yan sa mga brain natin when we're playing and we're petting ang mga animals. Alright? Yes, this is also true. Heart attack patients with pets daw survive longer than those without. Okay? So, we're talking about, we're talking about statistics. Ibig sabihin, statistics cannot lie. So, inaaral nila to, kumuha silang stats, ito yung lumalabas. Okay? Ang mga heart attack patients daw, ito yung mga taong nagkaroon na ng heart attack. Okay? Nagsusurvive pa sila. Okay? Because they have dogs with them or maybe cats or any animals, okay? And lastly in my list, marami pa to, but ito lang pinili ko, pet owners over age 65, okay, wala pa naman ako doon, okay, make 30% fewer visits to their doctors than those without pets. Kanina galing ako sa UP, meron kaming education kanina para sa mga dog owners and I see some of them are yun medyo mas may edad na and they have dogs with them. Okay? And that's good, okay? But again, babalikan natin na katulad nung sinabi ko kanina yung maglo-lower ng blood pressure, hindi mo pwedeng i-depend sa aso 'yon. Okay? Aside from the companionship, aside from the stress hormones, the feeling good hormones that shoot up in your brain para gumanda yung pakiramdam ko, kasama dito yung exercise. All right? So, now, yeah, that's about it. And let me have Marina, are you there or nasa backstage pa rin kayo nag-makeup? Okay. So, let's talk about this. For any questions? Nakamute ka po.
There you go. Sige. So, all right. So, okay. Thank you, Coach, for that. No, may mga there. Wait, I wanna show. Can we just show first? Can we show the dog of Ellen? Hold on. You show
Yeah.
him. Oh, cute naman talaga. Ayan. Who is
Hi.
this, Ellen?
This is Boomer. Hi.
Boomer. Hello, Boomer. How cute. It's really so nice to see pets on the camera, di ba? It's so cute. So, Boomer is the older one. Is the
He's
younger
the
one.
younger one. The
Sarap
others are
naman.
roaming, naglalakad sa labas. Ito lang pinaka-clingy. Nandito with
Oh,
me.
he's so nice. Parang ang sarap-sarap to embrace a puppy, no? Coach, nakakaingit naman. Yeah. So, thank you for showing Boomer to us, no? So, we'll go back to Coach and the information that he gave us about his pets. What do you call that? AAT? Ano ulit yun, Coach? Are we done
It's,
with the slides? Alisin ko muna. Animal
yeah, sure.
Assisted AAT. Animal Assisted Therapy. So, yeah, there are some questions from our audience which I will post. But ikaw, Ellen, is there something that you want to ask Coach about taking care of your dogs?
Um, Actually, I was so interested. Parang bitin nga ako dun sa mga
Yeah.
ang daming shinare ni Coach O na talagang I think totoo for me. Pero yun din, nasagot din yung when it comes to kasi yung pagpapababa ng blood pressure, yung ganon, yung kasi may mga ganon ng studies din ako napanood na nabasa noon na um, they help people to be healthier. So yun din, I think nasagot na it has to be a balance also.
Yes, tama yan, no? We have a ton of information about therapy dogs sa internet already. So, pwede natin talagang reference yun. But, okay, ito yung but lagi sa Pilipino eh. Kasi ang Pilipino, I'm particular sa Pilipino kasi I know how we think eh. Pag may nabasa tayong ganyan, ay, ganun ba? Alaga ako ng aso, tapos kaya ng chicharon, tapos hindi mag-exercise. Really, really, that's
Opo,
really sad. So,
totoo.
you really have to, kaya ko, anong tawag dito, kailangan ko ipaliwanag sa kanila about therapy dogs. Okay, hindi siya, yes, malaki na itutulong ng having dogs with you. Okay, really, no question about that. But hindi pwedeng sabihin mo na, I'll just keep a dog and I'll be better. I'll be better. Okay, so, in fact, may mga tao ako, syempre, nakilala, alright, na going through depression, alright, and then mag-aalaga ng aso. And then if you notice yung mga ugali, okay, wala naman, hindi ko inaaway, pero makikita mo yung depressed, masungit, alam mo yon. So, bottom line talaga, it's God who can transform somebody. It's not the dogs eh. God is, ito nga, as Ellen, you were talking kanina, ang reflection ko is, at sa sinasabi mo rin naman na, you know, God has His way, for each one of us, to compensate for anything that we do not have. Okay, and in your case, dogs, di ba? Pero hindi mo pwede sabihin, Marina, na lahat na lang magdo-dogs dahil kailangan nila. Ellen's situation is special, and we know, and we have sinabi niya yung kwento, nakita natin doon talaga na unfold yung magandang kwento because God provided them, Jake and her with dogs kasi yun ang kailangan nila. Okay? So, hindi pa pwedeng sabihin natin na ang tawag, ganito rin ang gagawin ko. Okay? So, hindi talagang ganon. Alright? Siguro na sagot ko, no? And we have a dog also. Sino to? Arian. Okay, I think we have a question. Paki-clarify yung question.
Okay, meron ditong question, no? Wait lang, hinahanap ko, madami na wala. So, ito, let's answer this. What happens when it is your pet that is depressed?
Oh,
Or
very
can you
good. Very,
tell?
yeah. I like that question. I like that question. You know
Is your
why?
pet, does your pet get depressed? How do you know?
Yeah. Let me answer now. Okay. Wala bang nag-echo pa nagsasalita ako?
Wala naman,
Wala naman. Good. Kasi ako
so
may
far.
narinig. Alright. Maganda yung question na because it really happened. Okay. Siguro middle ng height ng pandemic. So that's around siguro summer ng 2020, di ba?
Mm-mm.
Si Professor Mike is the former chancellor ng UP. Okay, nag-aalaga siya ng mga dogs. Okay, but siyempre pumutok na yung pandemic, so they had to travel to kung saan man pupunta, di ba? So, ang nangyari, okay, hindi naman iniwan yung mga dogs nila, okay, but they had to travel to from other place. So yung mga aso nila naiwan, okay. So they have this plan, of course, na kukunin sila, kaya lang hindi na prioritize siguro yung arrangement. Pero ang kwento ko is, yung mga dogs ngayon ang naiwan, sila ngayon ang nalulungkot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yung kwento niya ngayon, sila yung nalulungkot. So, yeah, they get depressed, really. In fact, okay. In fact, yung aso mong iwanan mo lang sa bahay mo, they get depressed. Talaga, they get depressed. Pero yung tanong dito, ano yung pwede mong gawin? Okay. Ang maganda lang dito, animals, not only dogs, they are really very good in coping with stress. Marami silang mechanism na ginagawa no, to cope with stress. Unlike sa tao na masyadong dinidibdib. Di ba? Magkaroon ka lang ng problema. Ay, mental health ito. You glorify small things na pinapalaki mo, pwede naman. Pero sa ang dogs or animals, they're so straightforward in dealing with stress. So, nakukope din nila. Pero ikaw, from your end as the owner of a dog na nakikita mo yung dog na nadidepress, simple assurance, na-assure mo lang sila. For example, one dog is depressed. You have, Ellen, you have three dogs in the house, kunwari, tapos suddenly, okay, hindi, kunwari na lang, you have one dog, okay? Tapos nag-alaga ka ng bagong aso na mas cute puppy. Yung aso mong bago, ang tawag ko doon, resident dog. So, hindi parang ang lungkot, di kumakain. That's a form, sa manifestation of depression, di ba? Tapos di na kumakain, nagtatampo, nagseselos. Yeah, they also get jealous, okay? So, ang treatment mo dun sa aso mo na resident na nalulungkot is to reassure him, okay? Yung aso na he is as loved as tulad ng dati ng even with the mga tipong gano'n, simple reassurance lang. All right. So, yeah, nagkaka-depress din ng mga aso. Okay. Now, ito yung maganda sinabi mo rin, Miss Ellen, kanina, I remember, di ba, na you are, the dogs are giving you quote-unquote na unconditional love, tapos ikaw naman, may binibigay sa kanya which they also love, di ba? Okay, and yung tinatawag natin na canine human symbiosis, okay, na we interpret it as love. Let it be, di ba? Okay lang, tawagin natin love, okay? Pero yun, actually, we both, nagbe-benefit. Nagbe-benefit siya sa atin, nagbe-benefit siya tayo sa kanila. Alright?
Okay. Thank you, Coach, for explaining that extensively. No, that we benefit, and the dogs, they can also be depressed. We have some comments here from Tita Marine. Yeah, I think our dog Rebel knows when someone is not well, that doing well. Rebel tends to lapit ng lapit sa akin.
Yeah, very
That's
good.
sweet, no?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Pero ang cute ng pangalan niya. Sana hindi naman rebelde
Rebel.
katulad ko nung ako'y bata pa. Okay. So, Rebel.
Yeah,
Yeah, actually,
yeah.
yes. Ito the
Ito
dogs
pa.
have this, uncanny ability, to discern, so to speak,
Yes.
discern or to
Ito,
detect when some
if
danger is
something's
coming.
wrong. Yeah.
Really,
Oh,
really.
galing,
You know
no?
how?
Actually, even
Okay.
mga typhoon, mga ganun yata, or earthquake,
Yes,
totoo ba
okay.
yun?
Yes, you know why? Okay, typhoon.
Why?
Pinag-usapan.
Sige.
Yes, kasi for example, ang typhoon, before even the typhoon or the ulan comes or the kidlat, many miles before pa diyan nararamdaman na nila na kumukulog na the vibration,
Galing. Oo,
mga
oo.
pagbabago sa hangin, may mga changes na yan, naamoy na ng mga, hindi lang aso, kundi ng mga animals. Okay,
Mm-mm.
doon naman sa case ni Rebel, probably may naamoy siya, okay, may narinig siya na strange. Anything strange around your environment, they can easily, know that. Kasi alam nila yung
Mm,
day-to-day na nangyayari. Pag something really
different.
uncharacteristic, oo, ibang-iba, magbibigay yan ng alarm sa'yo. It could be sa kabilang bahay, kaluskos, dumaan. It could be yung, kunwari lang, magnanakaw, sa
Oh,
nervous siya, magnanakaw siya, nagre-release siya ng some smell or sense out of his body na pwedeng naamoy ng
oh,
dog.
okay.
Yun,
Oh,
mga adrenaline or things like that. Yun,
I,
marami talaga nag-agawa ang aso.
you
Yeah,
know
so
what?
nagbibigay siya ng alert.
I'm
Yeah.
having goosebumps right now, Coach, because I remember, sandali ha, nag-exceed na tayo ng time. Pero
Ay,
I
ganun ba?
remember,
Sorry.
no, it's okay. No, I just want to share. When we used to live in a compound before in San Juan, and that was like 2 a.m. in the morning. I was doing something on my phone or reading, and then the dogs were starting to bark from the neighbors. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, ganyan lang ako sa cellphone ko. Ang ingay naman ng mga aso, parang may magnanakaw. Sabi ko ganyan.
Mhm.
Lo and behold, meron pala talaga. I'm having goosebumps right now. You know, in a few seconds after I said that, there was somebody running on our roof already, and then tumalon doon sa ano namin, sa compound namin, and then basta nagkagulo na. So meron pala talaga. I was so like, I was going like that. Ang ingay naman, para naman may magnanakaw. Talagang they were really barking. Anyway, two last questions before we go, no? Actually, there is a question here for Ellen, actually. Ito, maganda to, Ellen. This is for you to answer. Ayan.
Very good question. I'd like to know also.
Um,
Ayan. Ellen, do you spend more time with your dogs or your husband? Are there no jealousies?
because of course, the husband is the priority, but because we have a common love for dogs, we're always together. The past 2 years
Ah,
in the pandemic, I think our family I don't know, maybe it sounds weird for other people, but sobrang yung bond namin as a family has gotten so much stronger. And I don't know, maybe ma-explain ni Coach O yun, but napansin ko the past 2 years, my dog has become more to me. Hindi ko naiintindihan when I was working 8 hours a day outside. Iba yung
Oo.
connection that we have, but now it's kind of different. I don't know how much of that is talagang emotional connection or talagang
Oo.
Uh,
instinct.
Ellen, different how?
They are more closer, like they tend to want to
Okay.
be with me all the time, the
Yeah.
whole time. They don't want to be alone. They want to be don't want to be apart.
Okay.
You know what? There's so much we can learn from Coach O in terms of dogs. So, sana our subscribers will really just feel free to ask questions kasi he's here, si Coach O, giving us free free
Ay, may bayad to.
consultation, di ba? May bayad ba? Ayan, so another, let's hear, yan, Coach, by God's grace, I am a cancer survival. That's Tita Marine's comment, and she also says, Rebel, he's a Labrador, a gentle giant. Hey, he's
Wow,
our
yeah.
boy. And
Yeah.
last question, super last na to talaga. Wait lang ha. So, what is your pet that is depressed? I saw a question here. Just let me, Mia, help me with that. I cannot find it. There was a question here.
Sige, habang dinidecipher niyo yung question, I think I missed this important na information. Okay. Most kasi nabanggit ni Ma'am Miss Mariner, no? Marine.
Marine. Marine.
Marina. Ikaw pala yun,
Tita
ha?
Marine. Tita Marine.
O kasi
Oo.
Labrador. Okay. So, kadalasan kasi ang question is there any specific breed, good for pet therapy? Actually, wala. Okay. Ang kailangan mo lang na dog is a dog na talagang well socialized. Pag sinabi natin well socialized, he's good with other people, even around other animals around those, Yun ang dapat ang isang therapy dogs, okay? Especially pag lumalabas kayo. Say for example, okay, Ellen, your dogs are close sa inyo, well-behaved sila, di ba? So comforting. Pero pag lumabas na kayo, if they're not socialized naman, tapos tumikipag-away sa iba. So, ano ka ba? Is that a feel-good hormone shooting up in your brain? Hindi, di ba?
Oo,
Stress.
oo.
So you want you want dogs who can, go and around with you na kalmado rin siya. So, kalmado ka rin. Yan. So, importante yan ha. No breed na specific for pet therapy as long as they are sociable.
Okay, so, ayan. Ito na, ito. Yan, one simple question. Where can we find therapy dogs? Ayan.
That's a good question. Okay. Again, okay. Sabi ko nga, kung walang specific breed na kailangan, yung dog na kukunin mo or ibibigay sa'yo or that you already have can be a therapy dog. Okay?
Okay.
So, yan. Okay. It can be a therapy dog. Pero nga, hindi lahat naman pwede maging therapy dog kung aggressive yung aso mo. Under socialized, mahihiyain. Ang isang parang tayo rin, di ba? We can be a healer to someone kung tayo hinil na rin ni God, di ba? We can share the healing. Ang aso, na wala pa siyang healing, hindi siya kalmado na aso, stress na aso, hindi rin siya makakapag-share ng comfort sa owner niya. Parang ganon. So, where
So,
can you find, maybe it's right in your home right now, ang gagawin mo lang, you train him, socialize him. Ayan, that's it.
socialization
Oh,
is very important.
yeah, okay. But, meron akong but, okay. Meron kasing mga tinatawag na professional talaga, may agencies na, like the Canine Companions, yung mga organization talaga, they're really training dogs for this specific purposes, like going to hospitals, orphans.
Yes.
We already have in UP, para naman sa mga estudyante, pag ma-stress sila. And I have one quick story,
Sige po. Sino po
Meron
nakitandok?
kaming, this was before the pandemic, nung pumapasok pa sila ang mga bata sa UP. Alright? So, meron isa sa mga estudyante ron, stress na stress siya kasi I think parang may problema siya sa exams niya, so nahiya siya paano i-inform yung mga magulang niya na dumating sa point na magsi-suicide na.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, okay. Pero in one of these, therapy sessions namin, visits lang ang ginagawa namin doon. Meron isang place na bibisita kami sa isang dorm or some place. So, yung isa dito, nagkaroon ng close contact sa aso. So, yun, to cut the long story short, yun, hindi natuloy yun, pero she told the story, parang ganun. Because nagkaroon siya ng konting lakas from just being around with our dogs, therapy
Oh,
dogs.
nice.
Pero
Diba?
yung
What a
mga aso
blessing
nito, talagang tinitrain namin, how to get
talaga
along
siya
with, oo,
with
yun.
people, no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe, I wish Jake and, tawag dito, Ellen can do that. Why don't we make use of your three first, baby na mga dogs,
Train,
you have
correct.
your
Yeah,
friends, di
yeah.
ba?
Yes.
Yeah.
Meron lang protocol na ginagawa, hindi lang basta-basta dadalhin mo to. Hawakan mo to,
Oh, that's
gagaling ka niyan. Magic ano. So, yung parang ganon. So, maybe, bigla lang pumasok sa isip ko, this could be one of,
oh, di ba? This
That's
is
a great
another
idea.
industry. That's
yeah.
using your resources, Ellen, di ba, to help other
Maybe a
people.
ministry, Ellen, di ba? Among sa maliit lang na circle sa mga friends natin, maybe you can talk about it together.
Mm,
Therapy dogs.
Yeah.
yes.
Kasi, coach, I also know like the therapy dogs, like they're the ones also that help blind people, yung mga ganun. These are the
Yeah, that's service dogs, yeah.
yeah, service
Yeah,
dogs. Iba pa
yung
pala
blind
yun.
people, service dogs din naman yon. May iba naman
Oo.
na dogs na kasama mo, companion dog na detect pag mag-epilepsy na yung pasyente. Really.
Madami
But they
talaga
are really specifically trained for those tasks. Professional
specific
na to.
profession.
Yeah.
So, Ellen, that was a good thing and a good idea of Coach O that
Yes.
another
Yeah, really.
expanding
I'm
your,
serious. Yeah.
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 So,
Sa
you will
ministry.
connect na, ha? Mag-connect na kayo so that you can, and last, super promise, last na talaga to, is therapy dog easy to take care of? Can he stay in your bedroom? Yan.
Oh.
Last comment na yan, Coach.
Oh, yes. Okay, kasi nga, di ba, ang premise natin, pag naging therapy dog na siya, ibig sabihin, well socialized siya, well behaved siya. So, the dog can really stay in your bedroom. Now, ito
Okay.
naman yun, may pero uli ako doon. Iba-iba yung preference natin. There are some people who welcome their dog inside the bedroom, meron namang hindi. Okay, so kanya-kanyang preference yun. Kung gusto mo, if it's okay with you, fine. Walang problema doon. Alright? But again, okay, mahabang usapan to. Bukas na tayo matatapos nito.
Ang
May bat pa
dami,
rin
no?
doon.
It's
Pero
really,
next time na natin
Will,
pag-uusapan yung bat.
we
Okay
will
lang?
invite Ellen, no? We'll invite Ellen again next time, but we have to keep this short already because we promised to have her only for half
Yeah,
hour, but
sorry,
it's so
Ellen.
fun.
I had fun
Okay.
and I learned so many things from Coach O. Thank you so much po.
Welcome and thank you
Yeah,
rin.
talagang yan, Coach O is really also very generous with his time and his talent, no? To help people like us. Ako, Ellen, honestly, I'm a cat. There's no such thing daw as cat person or dog person. Kasi I was telling, just as short chikahan, I was telling Coach O, there was a time, because before when we started this, we only started December. When we started this, I was really always just loving cats, 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 cats. And then ever since we started this, feeling ko, close na ako sa dogs. Wow, I know about dogs. I'm close. And one afternoon, I was walking our village. I was just outside, actually, our door. There was a dog, like maybe like, I don't know, 20 meters away. Feeling ko I knew him. And I was looking and I was gonna wave. The dog barked. Ang layo-layo. Ang layo-layo niya, pero tinawalan ko rin ako, coach, kailangan tuturuan mo ako niyan, anong technique dyan. So, at this point, we'd like to thank you so much, Ellen. It's been wonderful to have you with
Thank
us. We
you.
will definitely invite you again. So, Ellen, thank you. Can I just have 1 minute, one line encouragement from you before we let you go?
um, maybe because of our topic today is about therapy, dealing with stress, dealing with grief. Maybe just one is um, to be grateful. I like what Coach O said about being grateful, even in times of trials, there's still so many things that we can count na talagang blessings pa rin from God. Even just the idea of waking up in the morning is something to be grateful for. And also, so as a pet owner, to really take care of the animals that God has entrusted to our care. There are God's creation. So, and also God's blessing to us. So, yeah. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank you so much, Ellen, and we'll be seeing you one of these days. So, with that, we would like to really just send our hugs to Ellen for thank you for sharing that story. So, with this, Coach O, we have to say bye bye already. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed our talk, please watch out for us again next Saturday, every first and third Saturday. And if you feel like we ought to just really love our pets and be thankful for our pets and our animals and the environment, support us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. And Coach, gusto na ba si Coach? Oh, you're lying. Oh, naka-mute ka, Coach. Sayang. Unmute
Sayang,
mo na.
perfect na yung pagkakasabi ko. Please like our FB page. All right?
Like, okay, thank you so
All
much.
right.
Bye bye,
Thank you.
everyone. See you
Bye-bye.
soon. Bye bye.
Bye.